It's cream. That's what it is. I don't know, man. Anyways, comic books. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke. A joke? I wonder. So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him. That I would go within 10 feet of that shifterbrains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot. Ah, pardon-moi. Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it. Is that so? It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
Yup. Oh my god.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
How did I... Oh my god. I like how at the beginning of this, I predicted not to trust either of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then completely threw that out the window so quickly. Oh my god.
What is it that only... the screaming?
The screaming, yeah.
Oh. Nope.
Oh, is it gonna be encountering the
Yes.
suspicious individual? Oh my god. The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi. I guess that's true, yeah.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits,
And you said the adults were talking.
we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
No. Oh, yeah. I mean, God. Right thought process, wrong choice. I saw a shadow, something
And she was
moving around at the top
conveniently
of the stairs.
attacked but left alive.
Yeah.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab, up on the third floor. Psychics lab.
Thank you.
She let out a blood-curdling scream. And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Ah, so Les, what's wrong? That was rather did scream something like you. I saw him in the strange green Steve. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down through the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the psychics lab,
I almost said physical labs in my head too.
it was time for her partner to get to work.
Bruh. Huh? Who was that? Came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's
And that's
office.
when she had
He's
the
back, come on.
opportunity to move the frickin' body from the equipment
yeah.
room into the repository.
Yep. It was to get us to divide into two groups so that we would discover both bodies at the same time.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yep, that's true. And why don't we split up into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Oh well, then Makoto and Hina, you can come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of this suspicious individual to Toko Byakuya Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, All those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
What? When was that?
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead, I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered. Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubts in our minds. I don't believe it. The whole thing was one big act? Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right? Yeah, I was feeling kinda sick, Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait, then that was... She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together, and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste? I have no idea what you mean. Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake. Oh, did I? I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but... Looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing. What are you talking about? I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared, and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys did.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it. Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran onto Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it, Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about, although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right? Yakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? The fact that there were 2 bodies?
Yeah. Guys.
Probably not the freaking Monokuma file.
Must be really enjoying this. Sight of us standing around. Alright, that's not what she said. We are all...
Those guys. Yes.
I'm gonna just take those guys.
Those guys. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it.
Yeah.
No!
Beautiful. Took 1 second too long.
Okay.
No. Oh, is it the reverse? Don't tell me it's the reverse. I bet it's the reverse. I love how they all talk like chipmunks.
Hey,
Hey, that's all I said was is it this one? Hey. No, next one. Oh my god. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly, and we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed, and how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations, you know that? Imaginations? You claimed that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costume villain dragging Hifumi away? Oh my god, that's him. No, that's him carrying frickin' Hero.
Oh, that's carrying him to the frickin' locker.
Yeah.
To the pool. Yeah. It has to be some kind of setup, right? Celeste put on the suit, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture. He was asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the arms are placed the way that they are, too. Have you so quickly forgotten you're the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit? Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are you sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Objection.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, you know, the only other possibility is
Hifumi and the suspect are dancing.
I've been drinking.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of ow, I hit my funny bone.
I found that humorous.
I did it. Ow. I'd say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away. That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in this picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And this strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in the situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious. That's what happened. You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this.
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you. Celeste thinks she can prove there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible?
Oh god, what more? Oh boy, this is gonna be like a mega episode apparently. Good god. As soon as it passed out, I had him carry my weight. That guy. Person inside was unconscious. There's no way they could stand up straight like that. Is it the costume and stand up straight?
Oh yeah, because it's so freaking rigid. Yeah.
Yeah, because you literally cannot bend.
Mm-hmm.
So which one was it? No, it was the next one. Yeah. I got it, guys. I did a good. Yay. No, even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic. You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight. That's right, they totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist. I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was. Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hero into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of all of it was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate. Checkmate?
Oh, she's gonna go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, camera, stop. Oh boy. Oh man.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot. What do you mean, checkmate?
This is Celeste?
Clearly you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
That's a good band. Hey, Hifumi? Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Oh, right. Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasu. Hero. When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure.
But why would he say that? Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro, it's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that? Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us? I don't know.
Last names?
I assume last names?
No. Yeah,
Yes. Okay. Apparently. That's right, our last names. He called us all by our last names. Exactly.
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard him say Mr. Yeah. More than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Incident?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? Oh, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he can say any more. So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no, hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. He never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you take your false accusations so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit. Come on, enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
You look like a sore loser.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
You look way more than just a little on edge. Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine, make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up. My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again? Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it.
Haven't you figured out what her real name is?
That's what she told
in your
me.
Playthrough?
Celestia Ludenberg.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, e-handbook, duh.
Mm-hmm.
Because it will... Oh. I'm assuming... Probably that one. Should I tell anyone? How many times should I tell you? Okay. I don't know why that was upside down, but okay. Wait. Okay.
No way to contradict. That's it. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. No!
I was too late. I was being careful. Oh god, are we gonna have to memorize the first one and then shoot the last one? Is that what it's gonna... Ah! Fuck. I thought it shot both of them. It didn't. I'm running out of time. Oh no. Eh. Celestia Ludenberg. Ah, yes. Count to... That's it, the handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Onokuma told us all about it before. This handbook is yippity-yi-yay. Cowboy noises. Cowboy hat. Yep. So all we have to do is check our handbook and that'll clear everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because...
Yeah, she went low there.
Until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again. From the beginning. Oh, it's time for the comic book section. Oh, boy. What is up with his face? Okay. Oh, man, this is gonna be... Oh, God.
Was that Junko?
What?
In the
Where?
first
Where?
comic page. Yeah.
Here?
Oh,
Here.
the poster.
No.
Idol.
Junko... no. Junko has white hair.
It's blonde, bro.
Yes, I'm talking about Junko.
Junko was... Oh, no, okay, never mind.
Junko was the model with white hair.
It wasn't white.
Silly.
It wasn't white. It's blonde. Or is it white?
I don't...
Shit.
I'm pretty sure... Oh my god, alright, hold on.
No, there's
hold
stuff
up, we're
going
stop.
on.
We're gonna like... I'm gonna look this up. Because I am almost positive she has white hair.
It's blonde. I just looked it up.
Questionably blonde. That's more like orange pink. I don't even know what you call that.
It's not white.
It's cream. That's what it is. I don't know, man. Anyways, comic books. Alright.
See how this goes.
See if right. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder, and that person was What? Okay. Alright. That hint was not helpful. Hifumi, with an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. Tick, 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 tick. First they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. Murderers do intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Yeah. And click, 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 click. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool locker room. And then finally, at 6 AM, they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taco to the equipment room.
Oh.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was just his hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason hammer number 4 was used to create the confusion about the order of the crimes. So next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake was the attack in the rec room. The killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. Second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time they planned oh my god. They planned in Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell the story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. The suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacked people in the order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that, but... while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This is exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. So majestic! He took a blood packet from the refrigerator, in Justice Hammer 3, and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. We let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. Simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. Once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case, and the villain behind it all is...
Celeste.
Celeste. Okay, Makoto looks like Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Just straight up.
Mm-hmm. Celeste, sorry,
Celeste.
you lose!
You lose! Oh my god. It's actually kind of amazing.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it. You're the killer?
Listen to you trying to take charge as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Teiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Teiko?
So you finally accepted it. I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on. Oh, excuse me. Interesting. Here comes the roulette wheel.
Man, we did bad. Not as bad as I thought. Wow. I thought we just bombed that trial, dude.